Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Jeanette is the name, and thank you so much for tuning in. Some of you asked me how much it costs to study here in the United States of America. I already mentioned in my previous videos that I didn't have to pay a lot of things. In fact, I got tuition paid by the school and I got scholarships, so I didn't have to pay anything. In this video, I'm just going to share with you some saving tips and also how much to have on you. Just a general cost of living here in the United States of America. America for sure has some really nice master's programs and bachelor's programs and have great schools, but then you should be ready to spend some money. If you had to mention how much it costs to study here, you end up giving up. But the good thing here is there are so many scholarships out there that you can look into that will really help you and also help you save some money. Living costs can vary significantly depending on factors like your accommodation, whether you are on campus or off campus. I always say that try and stay on campus if there is a chance, or actually they are offering you that. Even if you have to pay for on-campus housing, it's actually cheaper than actually staying off campus. Even if you get some off-campus housing that is cheaper than on-campus housing, then you should also factor something like transportation into it. Accommodation actually plays a major role in the cost of living here in the United States. Meal plans, the personal grocery shopping out or eating out. If you eat out a lot, you're going to spend so much money, so cut that out. For instance, in my school there was a cafeteria, so I didn't have to always be out buying food. Yeah, some weekends or most weekends I'll go out and eat, yes, but then I tried having breakfast and some of the meals that I liked in the cafeteria, so it actually saved me some money. Traveling by public transport or by your own car. So if you're going with a public transport, is cheaper than you going with your own car, because with your car you're going to buy gas is very expensive. You have to pay for parking space, and if you're going with a public transport, the school actually can provide a card for you that you can use to actually board these public transports. Usually you pay monthly, so for 30 days they have a set amount that you pay. Your personal spending habits play a major role. If you are that person who goes out and you just impulsively buy everything, then know that you're going to spend and waste a lot of money. When you're stepping out, just have a list and it's going to save you so much. Having a part-time job really helps. I mentioned that if you have a student visa you can work, but if you're fortunate you can get work on campus, or you can use your OPT. If you have OPT you can work off campus, but then you have just a year. But if you decide to work on campus, you'll be paid. I did on campus, and after school I did OPT, so I have videos on that, so if you haven't watched them, go ahead and watch them. Let's talk about accommodation here in United States of America. If you are renting a place or an apartment here, it can range from $600 to $3,000 or even more depending on which state you are in. What some of the students do, they actually get a place, an apartment, and then they split the rent and it's cheaper for them. So if you have people that you can split, I think it's a good idea for your accommodation. If you're lucky, you have some utility costs that are already added to the rent, but if not, then you're going to pay out of pocket. I wrote some of these things down. So electricity can range from $50 to $100 a month depending on the size of your apartment. If you have a very big apartment, then you're definitely going to pay more. When it's cold, you have to turn on the heater, and that costs so much. That is like $50 to $100 every month. You need internet, and that can range from $45 to $50 every month. And your phone subscription, back home in Ghana you buy credit, but here you pay monthly. So if you use it or you don't use it, you're going to pay. So some of the plans, if you're a family, then it's cheaper. So 5 or 6 of them will come together, then they share a phone plan, and then they split the cost, and it's way cheaper. Phone subscription is like $50 every month. Also factor in water, sewer, and trash. That could range from $50 to $75 every 3 months. For food in the United States, if you want the healthier options, it's actually more expensive. If you want the junk, then that is cheaper. I used to shop at Walmart for my groceries because Walmart is cheaper. I used to spend maybe $400 to $600 every month on groceries. It could even last 2 months. I was always trying to go for the healthier option, so definitely it was more expensive. Restaurants are very expensive, but they also have like affordable restaurants. The college students really like Cookout because it's cheaper. McDonald's are cheaper, Burger King cheaper. So if you want those fast food joints, most of them are cheap. If you want to go to the classy restaurant, restaurants, you're going to pay like $25 a plate, $30 a plate, $40 a plate. I went there like weekends because, you know, I'm tired. My bread, I've worked so hard, so that's like a treat for myself. Transportation here in the United States, I mentioned public transport that you pay every month. If you speak to your school, usually they give free bus passes. Usually they give it to the freshmen, so once you are not a freshman anymore, you don't get that opportunity or privilege. But if not, then it ranges from $45 to $100 a month. Again, it depends on which state you are in. Freshman year, I tried, you know, using the bus, but I preferred Uber because of safety reasons. I used to split costs with my roommate. We pick Uber. Uber is expensive. You can use your bus pass, in fact, 6-7 times in the day for the 30 days. There is no limit, so just keep that in mind. The additional cost, I got lucky. I didn't have to buy books. Okay, I bought some few books, but I didn't have to buy like a lot of books. Books are expensive, y'all. You can buy one book for $250, $500. I think you can go to Amazon for cheaper options, but if you want to buy it from the bookstore, know that you're going to pay $200 for one book, $100 for one book, $150 for one book. If you're lucky, the school gives you a card where you can use to buy the books. I got lucky. I was able to use the school card to buy some of the books, and I bought some of the books out of my pocket. It just fucked about $400 to $1,000 for just books. Some of these lecturers will actually request you get these books, so you don't have an option to say that, oh, share with this person, share with that person. Everybody will have to have their own, unfortunately. Health insurance. I have an international student health insurance, and that's what I used for the whole 3 years that I was there. Not the best, but it was cheap. It was like $45 every month or $50 a month. It was cheap. Again, it was not the best. I got being that I didn't fall sick, so I didn't have to do anything serious with my health insurance. The school just wants to make sure that you have a health insurance. My very last point I want to talk about is financial aid for international students. I have a video on how to get scholarships. Again, I was lucky. My grades got me the scholarships. I didn't pay for a lot of things, but do a lot of research. Speak to some of your professors. Speak to the administrators. They usually have like scholarships laying there somewhere. If you don't ask, they don't bring it out. Talk to them. Ask them questions. Just make sure you have financial aid. For bachelor's or undergrad, you get a lot of scholarship, but when you do your masters, usually you don't get like scholarships. It depends. Again, it depends. Don't quote me. If you don't have scholarship, know that you're going to pay a lot of money, especially if you take loans. You're going to pay interest, sometimes almost 100% interest. So just keep that in mind. Make sure you're speaking to the right people to get some scholarships. Speak to the school too to ask if you can get some scholarship, because you're going to save so much money. I'm going to end this video here. This is like the rough idea, rough estimate. Some of you asked. I think I put everything in one to make it easier. I tried rushing through it so that you have a fair idea of how much you are supposed to have on you when you are here in the US. If you get full scholarship, to how much you're going to spend. It's all about being very tactical and being very intentional, not just wasting money. I'm going to end this video here. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe to this channel. Again, if you have any more questions, my Instagram handle is Jeanette Mensah. Hit me up and let's talk more. I love you, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.